Buenos dias and good morning to you, senor, senora, and senorita. This message comes to you from the heart of Dawn, and just wanted to say that it is a magnificent day here in Cabo once again. Anyway, I had a couple. Oh my goodness, they were seemed to be the most ready. Like soon as he talked to Jamie, he talked to him at 10 o'clock. Jamie sent me, in 10 minutes, Jamie sent me his information. I called him. Hi, James. I called him at 10:30. At a quarter to 11, he said, yes, I'm in. I'm going to get my wife on here too. So at 8 o'clock that same night, I talked to his wife, and both of them were like, oh my God, are you serious? Is this possible? We're in. When can we start? He was to start today. Guess what happened? Ha ha! The ego. The ego tricked him, tricked the couple, tricked them into something crazy. I don't even know what the story is. It's not amazing. Like, yes, let's go, let's do it. And then the ego starts. Yeah, the ego starts with its lies, with its, ah, that's not true. Don't believe him. Listen to this. And I heard this. And if they're, even if it's like, what's crazy is the stories that come back to me, and there's literally not even a trace of truth, not even an ounce of truth in what they're saying. Yeah. So listen, you know, you cannot make a decision from the heart and from the ego at the same time. It's literally impossible. So the heart is, that feels right to me. Yes, I know I've not heard these words before, but it just feels right. And then it's the ego mind. Oh, yeah, but listen, it won't last. Or, are you sure he's telling the truth? Does that guy know what he's doing? I never heard of him before. And it goes on and on and on. Yeah, and it's, now remember, all the ego is that wounded 2-year-old. Yeah, and it's got the high soul. Uh, it, it's got this way of convincing you using your own creativity to trick you. And it will say things like it's dangerous. But what the real backdrop story is, it's dangerous for it. Its biggest lie is that you're going to die. That's the biggest lie of the ego. It's you're going to die. And what it starts off right off the bat doing everything it can for you not to be in your light. You know why it does that? Because it's like a dark room. If it's a dark room and you're trying to find out where everything is, the brighter the light, the easier it is. And what happens to the dark? It vanishes instantly. And I'm telling you, that's what this process is. I just read crazy words in my earlier video this morning of a guy come in with all of these uh, unworthy, unworthless, and not loved, and attacking others, and like went on and on. And approximately somewhere between 45 and 50 minutes later, it was all gone. Why? I just shined a bright light on it. And it was like he could see the toxicity of the ego. And he actually thought that the ego was harmful, it was destructive, when it was actually a 2-year-old with a machete, only the machete, not a machete, but a machine gun. But the machine gun was plastic. It only looked dangerous. And those are the tricks the ego plays on us. And that's the tricks the ego is playing on the whole of humanity. Yes. And I'm doing another video after this about how close we are to something gigantic. Yes, something gigantic. Yeah, and people like Soul that's on this call right now is proof of this. Absolutely amazing. So, anyway, I trust that this couple will change their minds and get back into the program that they were going to start this morning. Because it is so sad to watch people get so excited as they listen to their divinity tell them how pure and how true, how the truth of what this process is, and how divine it is, and how much they can have. And then the very ego that drove them either to success or failure, or to good enough or not good enough, or to loved or not loved, will trick them to think that it's dangerous. Yeah, to be in their light. Imagine that. And what's more ridiculous is you believing that story of this 2-year-old, wounded 2-year-old ego that wants to stay alive. And it does not want you to be in your light because it will vanish. Isn't it that crazy that it's that simple and that easy? So anyway, this beautiful soul called Soul had an unbelievably dramatic experience just a week ago, Sunday, and it's written up, it's posted here. You don't have to question it. Listen to her words. Listen to the person that I just did this morning. How dramatically different how toxic their programming was, and how the ego had them in their physical constraints like an emotional straitjacket, and all of the symptomatology that went with it. And to actually convince you that that's normal, that's even crazier. And then the shift. And yes, listen to Souls. Go back to yesterday's posting. Yes, and listen to what she said before she came in. And what she said in a whole week of sending in her updates. Daily. You can listen to it. And that's what you can have. These aren't lies. These are actual truths. That's what this is. I liken what Jamie said. Or someone that knew him said, Jamie, I always knew you to be someone that was a seeker of the truth. And you found it. Yes, he did. He found this is the truth. It's the truth of who you are. So there you have it. Have yourself a magnificent day. And remember, no matter how much bullshit the ego has told you about how worthless or unlovable or unworthy or unsafe or any of those things, know that it's all lies. It's all lies. It was created in 1 second before the age of reason. And that's why your logic and reason does not work to remove it. It doesn't. You have to use the same neurological and cellular process to collapse it and rewire the system neurologically. And that's what happens. Check it out with Soul. Reach out to her. Ask her. Yeah, you'll find out that every single word I'm saying is absolute truth about the process and about you. Have a magnificent day. I am Don. Remember, you can have what Soul had. You can have what the person I mentioned earlier in my earlier video this morning have. You can have that every Saturday at 11 o'clock Mountain Standard Time. I do the I Am Divinity Instant Permanent Transformation by donation in Spanish. And then on Sunday at 11 o'clock Mountain Standard Time, I do the I Am Divinity Instant and Permanent Transformation by donation in English. Yes. So there is no reason whatsoever other than the ego getting you terrified that it'd be dangerous to do something that will eliminate it in an instant. There you go. Bye for now.